Hello everybody, EVDB Master, and welcome back to another video. I'm BFA Beta, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you a new dungeon that's been added. So, today's dungeon, we're gonna do the Atal'Dazar on normal. And, it's gonna take about maybe 1 minute in queue. So, the journal in that dungeon is right here. There's 4 bosses: Princess Eluna, Cal, Wazan, and Zema. Alright, so let's look at some of the loot. So there's some a waist, and a trinket, and then heroic goes to 325, and mythic is 340, and then we got back and hands, and then on resin it's a bow, legs, finger, head, and feet. So let's look at the first boss and what does the boss does. It says, as a pinnacle defender of Atal'Dazar, Golden Sanctum, Princess Elunza has come to cleanse the temple of all corruption at any cost. The old review says, Princess Elunza will expel pools of tainted blood at random locations and cause corrupted gold to flow outward. When Princess Elunza reaches 100 energy, she will cast transmutation. So, DPS. You gotta stand near a pool of tainted blood and step into just as Princess Alunza begins casting transmutation. Corrupted gold will lower the damage you deal in additional to damaging you. Spirits of gold will absorb tainted blood unless they are dispatched. Now let's look at the healers. So, healers, molten gold affects a player at random and can be dispelled if necessary. Stand near a pool of tame blood and step into it just as Princess Alonza begins casting transfusions. Now let's look at the tanks. Save damage, reducing abilities for Garnet Claws. Stand near a pool of tainted blood and step into it just as Princess Lorenza begins casting transfusions. The spirits of gold will ignore combat unless there are no pools of tainted blood nearby. So that's how the fight works for the tanks, heroes, and DPS. Now let's look at the model. So this is what the model looks like. And then the second boss. And the third boss, 2 dinosaurs. This is the skeleton one. And then we have this queen or something? I have no idea about this one. And okay, so let's look at some abilities now. Okay. Tainted Blood. Princess Alunza channels a ritual of purification for 5 seconds, inflicting 1,105 shed damage to all players and healing herself for 1.00% of her health every 1 second for 5 seconds. Any player with Tainted Blood will cause Princess Alunza to lose 0.25% of her maximum health instead of healing. Then we get Glide Claws. The castle coats their hands in molten gold, making the melee swings do 150% physical damage for 12 seconds. Molten Gold. Princess Alunza against a pool of molten gold, splattering a player at random. The victim burns for 485 fire damage every 2 seconds for 30 seconds. And then, she worked typically. It says, during the encounter, the golden cauldrons expel the corruption slowly outwards. Players who come into contact with this corruption are afflicted with corrupted gold. And then the corrupted gold says, a player splats with corrupted gold, burning them for 1,565 damage, and lowering their damage dealt by 3% for 10 seconds. And then a spear of gold. Princess Aluza summons a spear of pure gold that will absorb any pools of team blood or no pools of team blood available. The spear to attack players. So that's for heroic. For mystic, probably nothing. It's the same thing except for one thing. Actually, no, it's all the same thing. Anyway. The tamed blood cells, the victim blood is tamed, inflicting 460 shared damage every 3 seconds. So, actually, no, that changed. Okay, yeah, it's the percent that changed. Okay, so that's how the fights works and mechanics. Now we should be looking at Volcale. In life of Volcale was trusted bodyguards of Yazma since his untimely death. She has used her newfound powers to reanimate the corpse of her former lieutenant who cannot serve for eternity. So, Reignition Totem. Yasma Totem suspends the decay of Volcale body while at least one Reignition Totem is active. Volcale's is granted Bad Voodoo. Bad Voodoo while any Reignition totems are active. Volcale heals for 5% of the maximum health every 0.5 seconds. Once all 3 totems are destroyed, Yasma's voodoo dissipates, dispelling bad voodoo and causing Volcale to rapidly decay. And rapidly decay says, Volcale begins to, or Volcale begins to decay, inflicting 346 shag damage to himself every 0.8 seconds until he is slain. In his death, Slow Volcale increases physical damage done by 25% and begins to spew toxic pools. Then toxic pool does creature pool knocks and screamers at random locations that inflicts 1,731 nature damage every 2 seconds to players standing within the pool. And then Toxic Leap says, Volcale leaps towards a random player reflecting 3,981 nature to players within 8 yards of the impact, knocking them back. And then we got Toxic Stretch, inflict 733 nature damage to all players every 1.5 seconds for 3 seconds. In addition, each player hits is affected with Lingering Nostria. Inflicts 415 nature damage every 2 seconds for 12 seconds. This effect stacks. So that's what. Now on Heroic. Heroic mythic typically when a formation turn is slain, it begins to cast Reanimate. So that's what it says for Heroic and Mythic. And that's it for that. And then we gotta go to the overview for the DPS and heals. Okay, DPS. Well, here's the overview. Volcale is empowered by Yasma, Bad Voodoo, until all the remaining totems are destroyed. Once all the totems are destroyed, Volcale begins to rapid decay. So, DPS. Avoid toxic leap, avoid standing in toxic pools, interrupt Knockstone Stench. Healers, your job is to avoid toxic leap, avoid standing in toxic pools, toxic stench inflicts panic damage to all players. And then tanks, you gotta avoid toxic leap, avoid standing in the pools of toxic, and interrupt Knockstone Stench. So that's what the tanks have to do for that boss. On to Resin. Okay, so Resin. His overrule says Resin inflicts several physical damage with this serrated cheese devours players at random and frightens all players with this terrifying visage. Okay, so DPS, your job is to hide out all line sight when Resin uses his terrifying village. Run away when he starts to pursue you, avoiding any ancient dry bones in your attempt to flee. And then the healer's job, the tank will take 70 more damage while under the effect of steroid teeth. When Resin devours a player, they take the amount of damage out of line of sight when Resin uses his terrifying village. Run away from Resin when he starts to pursue you, avoiding any ancient dry bones in your attempt to flee. Tanks, your job is to use damage reduction abilities while affected by steady teeth. Hide out of line of sight when Resin uses a terrifying village. Protect your eyes from limited raptors spawn from bone piles. Run away from Winston when he starts to pursue you, avoiding any ancient dry bones in your attempt to flee. And that's it. So we still have 10 minutes and 2 minutes. It's going to take a while. Let's look at the ability. So, first one, we start off with Ancient Dragons. The remains of this raptor are steady to awaken at the slightest disturbance. Standing in the bones spawns a remaining raptor that will attack players. And then when you put it on Heroic, in Heroic and Mythic difficulties, Resin will also cause bone piles to awaken as he walks over them. So that's what they do in Mythic and Heroic. Anyway, so pile bones. It says passing through a pile of bones causes you to move slower for a short period of time. And pursuit. Resin starts pursuing a random enemy player. If he manages to catch up to the victim, he will devour them. Devour, it says, Resin tries to eat the victim whole, inflicting 2,177 physical damage every 1 second for 8 seconds. Terrifying ability causes enemies in line of sight to flee into fear for 6 seconds. Severity teeth. Resin bite causes the victim to bleed profusely for 8 seconds. While bleeding in this manner, the victim takes additional 50% more physical damage. Alright, and that's the thing. Yeah, okay. Alright, so on to the last boss, Yezma. And his overview says, upon reaching 100 energy, Yama's cause both the souls of players afflicted with Sowen, creating a soul spawn that moves towards her. Alright, so DPS job. Your job is to move away from echoes of Shadow'A, and this is what it does for Shadow'A. Move away from Yasma while affected with Sowen. Kill soul spawns before they have a chance to reach Yasma. And then the healers avoid echoes of Shadow'A. Move away from Yasma while affected with Sowen. Tanks, your job is to move away from echoes of Shadow'A. Consider losing dance migration or migration when Yasma casts Skewer. And then his abilities, we got Sowen, so let's see, anything for reward in this deck, shoot, let's see, okay, alright, so on normal, let's see, upon reaching 100 energy, Yasma inflicts 2,942 share damage to a random player, whipping a piece of the target soul free, creating a soul spawn at the target's locations. All soul spawns slowly move towards Yasma. When a soul spawn reaches her, she unleashes a soul feast. Yasma's unleashes a wave of shadowy energy that hits all players, inflicting 692 shatter damage every 1.5 seconds for the remainder of the encounter. This affects stacks, and then we have Echoes of Shadow. Summons 4 several shadowy spider images. Touching an Echo of Shadow causes it to burst, inflicting 4,154 shatter damage to players within 5 yards, creating a pool of shadowy remains at the location. Shadowy remains inflicts 4,154 shatter damage every 2 seconds and reducing the target's movement speed by 30% while within effect. Weapon pain, inflicting 7,220 shatter damage and additional 1,582 shatter damage every 2 seconds for 6 seconds, and then inflicts 12,066 physical damage to Yasma current target. So that's a bit work for that boss. Now let's look at the map or the side. So as we go to overview, show map. Alright, so this is basically it, I guess. So Atal'Dazar, and this is 6 first hits. So it's only 3 bosses. And we are at 16 minutes on queue, so it's gonna take a while. So I'm going to stop recording and I'll let you guys know when the queue has popped up. Alright, the dungeon has popped and we're about to queue. Here we go, guys. There we go. Alright. Tank queue, a heater queue, 2 GPS queue. Here we go, and this is the loading screen. Oh, sweet. Alright, so this might take a while because alright, come on. Alright, here we go. So this is what the entrance looks like. Huh. Okay, so I guess we just jump down. Oh wow, we'll get to fight dinosaurs? Oh, hell no. Alright, so we're gonna stick. Looks like we're going this way. Oh, I found a boss already? Over here? Okay. Alright, so this is what's... I think this is in there. Alright, I got two. Now it's time for me. And I'm in the box. He's eating me up. He's chewing me up. And he's spitting me up. Alright, that one's dead. Tank is dead. So it's up to us now. Should we get this off? Alright, let's do it again. Alright, we're almost there. Hey, boss is dead. Okay. Alright, let's see if I need this.
Razan was a powerful
Oh, nice.
ruler. Perhaps you will make a worthy sacrifice for Zulu.
Alright, so that boss is dead. We got 3 more to go. Okay, where are we going next? It looks like we're going this.
I do not have a target.
Alright. So I'm guessing we're going this way. Okay, we're going up. You know, I should mount. What is this?
Protect the priestess! Let no one make it through.
Alright. Now, now we'll... Oh yeah, this place is huge. So look at this. It's a temple. There's what, dinosaurs? Yeah, there's dinosaurs flying. Yeah, this is trees. And I guess okay, this thing is not done. I just to avoid something. But not tonight. You know what would help though is having the sentence and the bosses. Find out now. Fine. Should be on the Rachel house? House? Yeah. Okay, I can't really find it. Could be... Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh well. Alright, are we close to a boss here?
I require a target.
Alright, trash is now dead. Alright, now I got one. And there's our next boss, Princess Aretha. Alright, we got lots of trash. So do we need to take that to trash? Or do we just the boss? Oh, okay, we're taking it to boss. Okay. There the boss.
My claws will find your heart.
Alright, so we need to avoid those white things and the spots, so stay with me.
Corruption be purified!
Just wait. Just up. Okay, that's cool.
Atal'Dazar's power flows through me!
Right, so take a hit so we get damage.
Corruption be purified!
boss is almost dead. And there we go. Boss is dead. Oh, what is this?
My thanks for killing the priestess.
Oh,
You have
shoot,
only
something.
succeeded in strengthening my hold on the temple.
What is that? Oh, that's right. Okay. Alright, we got 2 more bosses to go. And, oh, we're going over here. Okay. Oh, wow, we gotta dodge that fire, too. Don't stand that fire. Alright, now I'm gonna kill some dinosaurs.
I need to
So
target
in
something
this
first.
expansion for BFA, there are about there's 10 dungeons, and then at the raids there's 1 because Azeroth is like 4 bosses. So far in battle Azeroth has 1. So hopefully there should be more upcoming patches come out, and maybe dungeons. Alright, so those done. Good. Alright, so we're going. What are we facing? Oh, Lockout.
I require a target. I need to target something first.
Alright, we're almost going to block. I got target by someone. Alright, now we're going to boss. Which is right there. There it is. Alright, so we need to get a totem.
Master, I want
Okay,
your
now
help.
it's time for the boss. Oh, so we do need to get a totem. Nope. Alright. That's the totem instead. That's the totem. So we need to kill the totems first, and then you can start doing some damage on the boss. Like that. And dodge these green things that come down. Do not stand in them because you take damage, so you get one to stand in them. And this boss is good. Yep.
Master, gonna build me again.
Alright,
Bold cow, in pieces again.
on
No
to the
matter.
last
I can rebuild him. But when you die, there will be no coming back. Impressive. You made it farther than I thought. But I will still be drinking your blood.
one. Alright, so what's going on here? Oh. Ooh, spiders! Oh, so we just skip them off? And there's the boss, right there. Last one.
Dazar will awaken soon, but you will not live to see it. I will tear your soul apart.
Alright, so we take out this ad.
I do not have a target.
Kill more ads. It's on the thing. Yeah. Not kill them. You just got to dodge some, I believe.
I will tear your soul apart.
Yeah, you just gotta dodge them. Don't get hit by them. Because they are not clickable and you can't attack them. So you all just do is just stay away from them and don't get hit. And this boss is about to die. Like now. And he's
Let
dead.
your soul be shattered.
And there we go.
Soul will rip your spirits apart.
Ah, sweet. Okay. So there we go. That was the dungeon called Atal'Dazar, and I'm not doing another. So there we go. That's the overview for this dungeon. Like I said, it's called Atal'Dazar, and this boss only have about 4 bosses. And hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you guys want to see more dungeons for BFA beta, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to do some more dungeons. And thanks for watching. See ya. Hello everybody, Evil Master, and thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter at Evil Master, and make sure you click that bell to be notified for my new videos, and make sure you leave a comment below for more questions on my Q&A, and you can give me more questions on my Twitter or on my Discord server, and I'll get them ready for next Q&A video. So anyways guys, I'm going to be signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!